right, cool. So today's date is 2/17, and we're going to solve two-step inequalities. Two-step inequalities, and then, how do you call it? Yeah. So we'll solve two-step inequalities, do some classwork, and be good. We'll save the day. All right, easy, easy, easy. If we have 5x plus 35 is greater than or equal to, let's say, 80. Okay, so it is exactly the same process as back in, let's see, when did I first teach you this? Oh, here it is. Two-step equations on November 5th. So November 5th, I taught you two-step equations, which is this, which is what you've been doing on your do nows, hence for this reason, because they come back. The number one thing you guys do in math for the rest of your math career, all the way until like get to college, are solving equations and inequalities, things like this. So this is the number one thing that comes back over and over and over and over in your math career. Are they going to get harder? Yes. Is the foundation still the same? Yes. Who taught you the foundation? Either I or your 6th or 5th grade teacher. But, you know. All right, so the goal is to get x by itself. You want to move the number that's furthest away from the x. So you have the 5 to move and you have the 35 to move. The 35 is further away from the x and the 5 is like next to each other. So you're going to move the 35 first. Kind of like what we did on last week, the last time I saw you. Instead of adding, you're going to subtract because you have to do the opposite. Subtract 35, subtract 35. That makes this a 0. You're just left with 5x. So you just bring it down. On this side, I got to do the math. $45, right? Now the last step is to move the 5, which just requires you to divide by 5. Divide by 5. So we have x is equal to, not equal. What am I talking about? You bring this inequality down. So it's not equal. It's not an equation. It's an inequality. So it's greater than, easy fix right there, greater than or equal to 9. So you're going to solve it. You're going to tell me the answer, and then you're going to graph it. Graphing involves drawing a number line with this number in the middle that you solved for. So I solved for 9. I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to have 2 numbers that are below it and 2 numbers that are above it, 9, 10, 11. Then you ask yourself, is it an open or closed circle? It is a closed circle. And then which way do you shade? You shade to the right. And there's your inequality, right? Your arrow is the same inequality as the one given to you. We remember this, right? Okay, hopefully. What if I give you x over 4 minus 8 is less than 14? X over 4 minus 8 is less than 14. A helicopter flying right above me. All right, so which number do I move first, the 4 or the 8? Move the number that's furthest away. So, yes, so we're gonna move the 8, so it's plus 8 plus 8. This is a minus, so you're gonna add, you're gonna do the opposite. All right, 14 plus 8. 14 plus 8 is 22. Is less than x over 4. So I'm going to multiply by 4, multiply by 4. So here we have x is, bring this down, less than 22 times 4. 22 times 4. Going to go 22 times 4 is 88, right? So we're going to draw it. 88 in the middle, 87, 86, 89, 90, and then open circle, and you're going to shade that way, right? Okay, so again, this is a review of things that we've learned in the class back in November, things that we've been learning for the past 2 weeks with inequality. So we're kind of like merging everything together in one nice, neat little ball, okay? So again, the way we did this part up here, like this, is things from November. And then this bottom part is things we've been learning for like 2 weeks now, right? So we pushed everything together. This is how math is going to be for the rest of your life. It's like when you're in high school, they're going to be like, oh yeah, you learned this in 7th grade. And they're going to be like, you're going to be like, that's right, I did. Or no, I was sleeping and playing video games that day. She taught me how to do that. Hopefully not. Okay, 2 more things I want to review with you. If I have a problem like this, x minus 4 over 5 is greater than, let's say, 10. Now, this is a little bit different. I'm not sure if I showed you this in November. I think I did. So, do you see how everything is being divided by 5? Everything is being divided by 5. So, what you have to do here, like I always ask you, like, what number is furthest away from the x? Is it the 4 or the 5? And it's kind of hard to tell because they're kind of both somewhat the same distance away. But when everything is being divided by 5, everything is being divided by 5. So notice the difference between this problem and the problem we just did. Here, it was just the 4 that was being divided, right? Just divided by 4. This one, the 8 was like by itself. No big deal. But here, this line extends to both the x and the minus 4. So when it looks like this, you're actually going to move this number first by multiplying by 5, multiplying by 5. We usually don't do that first. We usually do that second. But because of the way it's written, we have to do it first. 10 times 5 is 50. And then we're going to add 4, add 4. X is greater than 50 plus 4 is 54. Okay? We're okay? I mean, I'm going kind of fast. I know, I am actually going fast. Assuming that you've already mastered how to do this part, like this part right here, back in November. 56, it'll be open circle and then this way. Now, we're okay? The second thing I wanted to go over is just a reminder. You won't see this today, but I was grading some papers over the week because you guys have been turning in late work, which is fantastic. Remember, if it's written like this, where the number is first, you see how the number is first and then the variable? You have to shade the opposite way. Oh, it was, yes, I remember. Someone who turned in their work yesterday because they were absent. This is, remember, when the number is first, you have to shade the opposite way. So here it's exactly the same. When the number is first, you see how this is pointing to the left, but I shaded to the right because you have to do the opposite. So just a quick reminder, you won't have any of these on today's assignment. All right. Any questions?